literally not even really wanting to fall asleep, but I gotta be at work in the morning. But something is just telling me to be up and jump on here. Maybe that wants to come out too. Haven't seen that one before. I usually don't record anything unless I have something that I really need to say. And most of the time I don't speak unless I'm being spoken to and through. Just because, I really be just minding my business. Staying to myself. But I know in this season, for me knowing what I'm up to here on earth, is like I can't sleep. Like, I feel like my angels, my guides, my divine spirit team, the universe, God, won't allow me to. It's like, no. Sleep later. Got stuff for you to do, so. Yeah. So I'm just up. Never grabbed my oracle cards and started recording, so this is new for me. But we'll see how it goes. I usually pull 3 cards when I first bought this deck. This is my very first deck, my oracle deck. It called to me when I was buying crystals one summer, and it's been like my go-to. I have a few other decks. One I've been gifted recently. I haven't used it yet. But this deck is like, this is my baby. Every message and every single message that I've ever received from this deck has been so on point. I felt like the very first time that I've ever pulled cards for myself, I cried because I literally felt like everything I've been going through, the messages were absolutely in those cards. So this is the Lightworkers Oracle deck by Elena Fairchild. And I really, really love this deck. This is like my first one. I don't read or do readings for anyone, but I am aware of who I am, what I am. I know that I'm a light worker. I know that I'm a healer. I know that I'm a seer, visionary. I am highly intuitive. Know a lot of things, and I kind of keep those parts of me to myself. But because I'm up now, it's because I keep feeling and hearing the Holy Spirit just, letting me know that it's time. Like, I'm here on earth for the purpose, in a service of others through my own healing journey. I share my truth, and for the most part, only those who know me or have the privilege of being able to be in my presence and have gotten to really truly get to know me on a real intimate level, they know how I am. So it's tough, like going through a phase where I've always been kind of quiet into myself. Plenty of acquaintances. I keep a small circle, but this season of my life is having me to really be seen, be heard, to use my voice. And I'm currently holding my lapis lazuli crystal just so that my communication is clear. I know that I have gifts just like many of you. And for those who don't know or understand what their gifts and talents are, that's cool. It takes some of us some time, and it takes some of us like not much time to know who and what we are. But I know I have a voice, and I know that I'm a messenger, and I know that I'm here to assist in the ascension of this planet. And it's when I think about it, it just seems like such a daunting task. I know that I am not just one person who can change the world, although in my heart and in my wildest dreams, like, I really just want to exist in a world where people kind of exude the same type of energy as me. I want to exist in a world where people know who they are, they know themselves and they're freely being themselves, and there's not so much hate, envy, or jealousy, but just more people stepping into their God selves, like showing up as the creative versions of who they really are and being that. And it's scary to step into the world when everybody's running on like the same type of programming. I mean, at one point in my life I was there, but I've been on this journey for about 10 years now, this spiritual journey of really remembering who and what I am, and understand that I am a light being, a divine light being. I am that motherfucking girl. And I'm just here to do my part, that's all. But anyway, these cards are for me. I pulled 3. We're going to see what they mean. The first card that came out is the Divine Talents. So I tell you, I can't make these kind of things up. Divine Talents. And I'm going to read it. And every time I see it, I don't know if you guys can see it, but maybe after a couple of times of looking into this card, I got a glimpse of like an Egyptian queen's whole entire face, like right here. It's her profile. It resonates for me. It means something for me. But anyway, Divine Talents. I pulled this card before. And it's one of those cards that kind of called me out, made me realize that I was up to something bigger than what sometimes we think we are. So most people are still walking on this planet thinking they're just here. We're given birth by your mom and raised in a family with your parents and your siblings and going about your day to day, doing the things that you were told to do, the things that you were programmed to do. You being broken from being the you that you were when you were a child, just kind of free-spirited and just really sure about what you were up to on this planet. Like most of the time, kids don't study when you act. They don't not study, stutter, or present any self-doubt when you ask them who they want to become or who they want to be or what they want to be when they get older. They know it. And then through all these aptitude testing and like trying to really make us competitive in a world where we simply don't have to be any of that, because there is no competition when there's just one you. Like, what are you competing to do and be just to exist in this world? Yeah, we all got to make money, but I'm just going to tell you, I'm someone who knows that when you're aware of what your gifts and your talents are, they make room for you. You never go a day worrying about how you're going to sustain financially, where you're going to live, how you're going to eat. Nothing. It's all promise. It's in the will of God's plan for your life, for you to be abundant in every single way, and all of your desires and needs are going to be met simply because you're just here being. You're here for an experience, the experience of you remembering who you are as the divine source God who is manifested within you, so anywho, I go on tangents because I can go there. I like going there, and be honest, I do. I like tapping into that energy that lets me know that, we're so much more than what we're being told and shown. So I tap out a lot of the time. I'm not big on social media. I actually only pop in and pop out just because I know that I'm on a divine mission. Like, I've already received the download. I already received the confirmation years ago that I'm supposed to do this thing that's starting to unfold and shape itself into something that, I have no control of. I'm just kind of flowing. I'm in that flowing state. So I'm allowing, I've gone through so much tough stuff, so much hard shit, and pardon my French, I've gone through some really hard things and still am experiencing some very difficult things. And they say to whom much is given, much is required. And to me, that means exactly that for me. In order for me to live out this destiny, this plan for my life, I co-conspired with the divine Holy Spirit source consciousness to come onto earth and live out this assignment. And better believe that in order for you to fill the shoes that you think you want to fill in this life, you are going to have to really know that you have to be prepared to walk in them. And big dreams require a lot of sacrifices. And once you are God, source, spirit, your angels know that you are in tune to, and aware of who they are, man, the synchronicities, everything comes online, and it's like you wake up and can never go back to sleep. I couldn't fall back asleep into a state of, to me, being unconscious here on earth. It's like I'm fully aware at all times, and I love it here. Still human, still flesh, so of course things can still sometimes get to me, but in the grand scheme of things, when I breathe and when I check in and when I remember that, this is all part of the plan. It's no sweat. I chill, I relax, I flow. I get into a space of just solitude and, standing with myself, understanding and just diving deep and making sure that I'm healthy mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, working in all of my creativity as a creative, as an entrepreneur, as, just the divine being, just knowing that I am co-creating. So as a creator, which each and every one of us are, I'm that. But anyway, back to this card. So divine talent, it says, you are a talented soul. Over many lifetimes, you have developed your spiritual abilities to channel higher awareness, attract healing energy, and radiate light to uplift the consciousness of those around you. Your divine talents are many and uniquely expressed through you. Your talents do not have to resemble those of another to have their own inestimable value. Do not be afraid to use them. So this card came out for me. I think I've had this deck for about 3 or 4 years now. And when this card came out to me, I had already been getting the signs that I am one who loves to self-express. I always known that. Like, I've always been involved in the arts. I dance, I draw, I write. I love to write. I like to write. And in turn, I do love spoken word. I like to speak my thoughts. I'm just very self-expressive. Naturally, just that in all ways. But I'm learning that, and I've heard that, I'm supposed to share my gifts through my voice. And I know my voice is unique to me. And the messages that come through me, a lot of the time I know they're for me. So I'm never on, when I do post and share any of my content on my Instagram page at Mimeki. I just got a new TikTok and was never going to do that. But anytime that I do share, the messages are typically, words that I feel like are for me. But I know that although we are unique, unique individuals with our own energy signatures here on earth, we all still resonate with one another in some way, shape, or fashion. And I know that my voice, my journey, my testimony is definitely for someone else. I connect with people all day, every day. I'm in the business. I'm in the beauty industry. I'm always touching people, always have folks in my presence. So I've gotten a glimpse at who I am. I check in. I'm just self-aware. All of that just to say, this card popped up and it just kind of reminded me that, you got a mission on this earth. You know that you're supposed to be out here speaking, healing, helping people. So chop, chop, young lady, let's get about doing that. So it says, divine talents are a way in which the universe reminds us of what we are here to do. Divine talents are unlimited. They include the ability to channel spiritual guidance and healing energy, to perceive clairvoyantly, and be psychic and empathic. Other spiritual talents are the ability to release earthbound spirits, earth healing techniques such as working with energy grids, as well as healing abilities with crystals and the many and varied technologies of light. There are other spiritual talents too. These include writing, performing, sound healing, dancing to awaken awareness, creating art, photography, or divinely inspired tools and jewelry. Cooking food that heals body and spirit is a spiritual talent, as are the abilities to bring people together to offer comforting and inspiring words at the right time to help others overcome fear, feel more at peace in moments of importance, and more. I know this is a lot. You can use your divine talents in your career as a healer if you work in the corporate world, if you work in the corporate world, or in your stay-at-home role as a parent, helping to raise more conscious, secure, and empowered children in a world that is in desperate need of strong, spiritually grounded leaders for the future. You can use your talents to create a vocation that truly inspires you and bring your light to the world. You can use them in the line at the grocery store. The point is that you use them. So, this oracle comes to you with a message. You have spiritual talents, some of which have been developed in other lifetimes and will simply and suddenly spring back to life as if from out of the blue this lifetime. Others need a little more attention, patience, and effort to be brought to life in the world. This is particularly the case for you at this time if you have also drawn or attracted to read the message, the oracle past life activation. Sometimes there is fear sharing your talents. Yeah, I kind of said that. Like, I guess, I'm overcoming the self-doubt and the fear, like, of sharing my gifts and talents. I know when I first initially started going through my spiritual awakening journey, I felt like I was the crazy one. Like, I knew all these things out of nowhere. Just all of this information started being, like, I say just kind of channeled or downloaded through me, and I'm just questioning all these things. Like, how do I know this? Haven't done any research, but just kind of knowing these things, or just having people in my presence, and when I start speaking, just saying the right thing at the right time, and not necessarily even remembering like how I might have gotten on that topic, or what I just shared, but for someone or many people to be like, yo, how do you know that? Or they get chills like, how did you know that about me? And it's like, I don't know how I know, but I get it now. 10 years later, I'm still kind of like stepping into this role and this fear, because it's like, it's a lot of people who are around me that aren't self-aware. So it's like I still kind of feel alone. And then you get that thought in your head like, who am I to do this? But I know better. God is always whispering to me. My angels are always checking in like, yo, you got this, right? Excuse me. You naturally do this anyway. So yeah. But you may have a subconscious or a very conscious past life recollection that involves shame, isolation, ridicule, fear, or even torture or death as a response to you sharing your talents for helping and healing and helping others. Maybe you fear your spiritual talent will not allow you to meet your material needs, or that others will reject or deny your talent even if you know to be authentic and helpful. Or perhaps you need to acknowledge your talents yourself, believe in yourself and your abilities, and in your capacity to use those talents in a constructive, healing way. Keep developing your talents until you own your unique expression and it comes to life. Don't give up in the early and possibly awkward stages, dismissing your abilities to less than those of another. Trust that there is something very real and worthwhile in you. Do not dismiss or diminish your potential. Treat yourself as an investment worthy of development. Give yourself a chance, enough time, attention, and practice to discover what you are really capable of. The universe knows. Soon you shall too. Yeah, like that's a big message. And it really resonates for me simply because the world makes us feel like we have to pick all these things from like a list of what the world has to offer us. And almost is limiting. It's like you go to school, you grow up, and doctor, lawyer, nurse, astronaut, chef, all these things. But you never in school hear about like the ones who are the healers. And not saying that doctors, nurses, and chefs aren't that, but the natural mystic healers, the ones who believe in magic and and the power of love and following their heart and trusting in their intuition and just being these divine beings just naturally through, it's just their God-given gifts. They diminished them, so we diminished them, but I know my gifts were probably stifled early on in my life. Like I said, I've always been a creative kid. I dance, I draw, I write. Sometimes I think I can sing. Like, I've had opportunities to kind of be on stage and, just doing what I love to do. And these things just happen to be things that cause me to be seen. And I've had my energy kind of stifled, told that I think I'm all that, or you think you're better than someone, simply because I was operating in my own unique gifts and talents. And that's scary. It caused me to dim, to kind of hide these things and keep them close to me. And now it's like I won't say forced, because I absolutely love, I love Source, I love God, and to feel chosen to operate in my spiritual gifts during this season on earth, where it's becoming more prevalent to see the mystics, the healers, the priestesses coming through, shedding all this light. It's like, why would I diminish my gifts when I know that I do the same thing? I'm naturally a healer. Like, I'm gifted, and I'm not going to deny that I have these gifts and talents, and I no longer want to. And I want to exist in a world, living my life in my divine feminine energy as the divine feminine that I am, and truly embracing that, and stepping into this new cycle of my life. No longer really want to operate in this, in an off-balance way where my masculine is taking over more of who I have been exuding in essence. And I just want to step into, like, this part of me, It's time for the rise of the divine feminine woman, the rise of the priestess, the rise of, us, it's time. But anyway, this oracle also reminds you to do what makes you happy, to chase your sacred bliss and express yourself in the world via the unique and special abilities that the divine has bestowed upon you. When you follow what you love, you are on your life path and you shall succeed. Beloved, that's a big thing. Like, you guys saw me shuffling these cards right in front of you. And I just started speaking to that, and this card pops out because this is where I am. So I always know that when I tap in, whenever I decide to sit down and pull out my deck, because I haven't done it in a long time, I get downloaded messages like that. Like, it's usually always on point for me. I always pick 3, and I'll keep going until that 3 popped out. And that one's big. Like, I have seeing the moon in cards is a big deal for me. I love the moon. It's just something very beautiful and very powerful about this card. It says a lot about my intuitive gifts and my talents. I'm still learning how to really decipher the messages in the cards, but it's just beautiful. Even just like looking at this angel, I don't know which angel this is, how he's sounding the horn or that trumpet or that flute. And look at the intensity in his eyes and how passionate he is about it, and just sure. I think that's something that we all need to do. We need to be sure of who we are. And the only way you can do that is to really get to know you. Like, get to know who you are, and not the person that you're programmed to be, but the you are, hiding simply because you don't want to exist being different in the world. You want to exist like everyone else. Fitting in as opposed to standing out. Like, we're all meant to stand out and stand in our own unique individual energy signature, off-putting things that keep all of us raising our vibration at a higher frequency, each of us sharing our gifts and talent, being a testimony for each and every person you come across, and just keeping the energy up. Like, that's what we're doing. We are in a new phase, a new way of being, and the old paradigm is falling away. And it was just 24:44 on my timer. And this new way of existing is coming through. Like, everybody who's on social media or just anything, you're seeing all this talk about spirituality coming online, and everybody has so much positive motivational stuff to say. And some of it to me is kind of trendy, to be honest. Like, for 10 years of being on this journey, on this spiritual, awakening, and feeling so alone, to all of a sudden in the past, I really want to say 2 years, just seeing this flooding of all these spiritual people coming online. And not saying that it's not genuine, because I mean, it's not my business whether it is or it isn't, but I can just see it. You know, some things when I was tapping in and connecting to my spiritual teachers and mentors, it was hitting me here in my heart, like, pulling me towards the information, towards what they had to say, towards what they were offering. And a lot of this other stuff just seems like, you know, it's just trendy. You know, it's now the cool thing to be spiritual and this and that. And I mean, that's cool too, as long as, you know, people are getting the message. But I'm always, you know, just telling people to be mindful and self-aware of who you are, what resonates as true for you, and following that, and not just, you know, operating from a place of ego, being led by your ego, and being misguided and misaligned to the information that you're meant to have. When you level up in yourself, the information that you're seeking usually comes and finds its way to you. You don't have to seek it, it comes to you. I did not seek my spiritual journey. I did not seek to be awakened. It found me. 11/11 started, and I have been on that journey, totally tapped in now and online since then. But it's a process, and I've just been trusting it. Sometimes I, you know, will veer off my path, you know, go take a shortcut over here to smell the roses, or to dip my feet in the ocean, or whatever. That's a hypothetical, because those times I go off my path are always teaching me a lesson, so that I'm back on it. For those of you who know, you know. But yeah, that's that. So let's move right along. So the second card that popped out was this card with 28, Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. I have never pulled this card. This is what it looks like. Never pulled this before. It's very beautiful though. Looks like springtime. All the flowers are in bloom. This looks like lavender. Just pretty, but I don't know. Let's read it. Never pulled it before, so I'm interested to see what it's saying, see if this message resonates with me, and if, you know, it may resonate with you. I have no clue what I'm going to do with this video. It's already 28 minutes in. I may post it. Maybe it'll be my first YouTube video. Who knows? Who knows? Card 28. Okay. Part of your divine purpose is to develop the power of your mind and use it for healing purposes. Here we go. If you change your mind, you can change your world. Guidance and healing inspiration can come to you daily, helping improve your own life and the lives of others. Healing and opening the mind to new realities and possibilities are the gift of Ascended Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. Like, I know who Archangel Raphael is, you know. But the mind of a light worker needs spiritual light, information, understanding, and wisdom, in the same way that human bodies need food, water, and clean air. The hunger for wisdom can push you to seek knowledge, and this can be a healthy impulse. However, if you love knowledge so much that you keep seeking without taking time to digest, integrate, and apply what you have learned, you may end up confused or mentally exhausted. If you are forgetful, stressed, mentally fatigued, or plotting when you are usually bright, you need some mental timeout. The mind rarely rests except through meditation. Even then, rest is not guaranteed. Resting the mind can be a tricky thing for intellectually oriented or highly creative people. I'm going to keep going because I'm starting to see where this is coming, how my spiritual team is coming at me. All right. Learning to switch off mentally will help you remember and apply what you are learning so that you grow not only in knowledge but also in wisdom. You have been absorbing a lot of new information. You may feel you have so many tasks to do that you don't know where to start. Or that if you stop to rest, you will never get through it all. This is causing you mental stress, which is diminishing your productivity. It is time to slow down and cleanse your mind with the assistance of Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. Sit without the distraction of telephones, okay? After I post this, I'm taking heed because this is the second, maybe third, fourth time this week that I've heard that I've been distracted. And I've been distracted by my phone a lot more lately than I usually am. And here I am deactivating social accounts simply just to kind of be gravitated. I guess there's a need right now for me to know certain things, and I don't need to know anything. Like, everything that I need to know is already in me. I need to just be flowing. I do understand that I'm supposed to just be going with the flow, same as you. That's what we're up to. We're here to just be human beings, just being and being ourselves. And a lot of time we get in this whole rat race caught up in the midst of feeling like we got to just keep outpouring, outputting, keeping up with what everybody else is doing, giving, being, creating, whatever. When you start learning and remembering who you truly are, and in your present state of being, you're very clear on who you are, what you're up to, that you are a divine being. You get to just flow. But sometimes, because we're still energetic beings, and planets and all of these energies are shifting right now, and just moving, is causing us to feel so many things. And we get sidetracked, and as opposed to sitting still and seeking God and following our heart and trusting our intuition, we start trying to find things outside of us. No, cut that out. Everything that you need is already within you. There's nothing wrong with taking the time and sitting still and knowing this. Knowing that there is nothing for you to seek outside of you. It's already there. It's already there. What you looking for? What you looking for? You should just be experiencing. Going with the flow. Being outdoors in nature. Having fun. Being around people who make your soul feel like, yes, like I'm seen. I can let my hair down. I can let my guards down completely and just feel safe and loved, supported and nurtured and cared for. And in turn, the people around you feel that same way. You should be intentional with that, as opposed to giving so much time to your phone. So after I do all of this, because I've been trying to share more, and I haven't really been sharing much at all because it seems like so much, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to chill. But let me keep going. All right. Take a few moments of silence. Say the invocation below and then intend, I just said that, visualize or feel a fresh pale green wash through you. Focus on this for a second or two. Then just relax and enjoy the mental cleansing. You will recognize when you have had sufficient mental rest, because you shall feel a peaceful sense of vibrancy and inspiration. When you let go in this way, switching off and taking a step back, new approaches and ideas come to your mind. So work according to your own creative rhythms. Follow your own pace. There is no rush. There is no place to be. No one's leaving Earth alive. So why are we so much in a rush to get to being what we already are? If it's already written, if it's already done, what's the rush to be what you already are? You already you. Just be you and follow the pull in your heart. Like, my heart feels so good right now because I'm doing something I love to do, which is sharing love and knowledge and wisdom. I'm a very wise one. I came equipped on this planet with a lot of spiritual gifts and talents, and one of them is really articulating and communicating divine knowledge and wisdom to those who need it. Just to be that gentle reminder. I tap you on your shoulder. I hit you in your gut, trigger you. And I love triggering is not always a bad thing, but I trigger you to feel, spark something in you to feel. I know that's my gift. Everyone who is meant to feel something from me will feel something from me. There's no mistaking that. And I openly say that I'm a truth teller. My earth energy is going to allow me to speak the truth and not flinch. And it won't be a lie. It's the truth that I know that's true for me, and oftentimes it resonates with people. So somebody is hearing me out there. You hear me. You feel me. Okay. Back to what I was doing. You may find you work best in short, productive bursts, punctuated by mental rest. If this is how you need to live for a time, honor that. Be kind to your mind. It can help you accomplish your divine journey. That's so sweet. I'm going to keep going. This oracle also comes with a message for you. If you are interested in healing that involves the mind, whether this be psychology, psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, hypnosis, NLP, philosophy, I love philosophy, or a course of study, you are encouraged to explore it. If you feel inspired to work with your belief systems through affirmations or other techniques for mental reprogramming, such as guided relaxation and meditations, you are encouraged in this too. Your mind is developed and powerful, and you will work well with such techniques. So meditation is like my favorite thing to do. I always say meditation is prayer. I meditate as a form of prayer. It's my way of feeling truly connected with the divine. It was my way of really tapping in. That was the way I felt Source came to me and knew I was like on that true journey. Like I remember just chasing God and discovering that what I really was chasing myself. But I'm so devoted to this spiritual practice now in my life, or I'm trying to create and develop a healthy routine. I'm going to be honest on here. Like, I'm working on it. I keep seeing these double number syncs. 3636 was just on the timer. 36 minutes. Wow. But yeah, I just remember discovering meditation, and from that, just finding that I just love doing things that make me feel creative. I just started to remember me as a child. Like, my inner child has been at play these days, popping up, and I have been getting bursts of creativity where I'm writing more poetry, drawing more, dancing, like singing around the house, and just feeling creative, tapping in with other creatives and just kind of trying to create. But it also feels like because there's a big burst of energy, I guess, we can put it towards it being like just the summer here in my city, here in Chicago. And, we're finally getting those warm days and everything is just like, go, do, while you got the energy, because sometimes, I'm tired and I want to rest and I need the rest. Like, my body is absolutely like rest. My mind is like rest. And I'll do that. I'll follow that. And then I also start feeling like I should be doing more. And then I start trying to do more. And there's always so much on my to-do list. And I think it's set up that way because I'm transitioning into a different cycle of my life. And the unknown is frightening to me right now because I don't know what my next move is, what I'm doing next. I have an idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to honor that. But I usually allow myself to hear God and my spirit and my intuition to lead me. I always know when it's time for me to make a move, and right now I'm like ready to make a move, and I'm trying to ensure that I don't do it prematurely. So that message does resonate with me. It's almost like slow down and take your time. Like, you're in a rush to do something that you're already going to do. If it's already written, if it's already done, then what are you rushing to do? It's going to happen. Just allow it. Just flow. Just, just chill. It's going to happen. All right. Getting long-winded. I'm long-winded. And this is my first video. And I don't know if I'm outputting this anyway, but I'm just sharing as if I am. I'm going to speed it up. So the next card, which is the Pink Rose of Lady Nada. Card 29 breaks to an 11. I've seen this card before. It's beautiful. I love the image because it's almost as if she's projecting, or her higher self is like projecting her third dimensional self here on earth. Like, you see how the rays are shooting down. They're mirroring each other. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Like, she's projecting herself in the sky. And there's a rainbow. One of the readers that I have been interested in has been speaking of rainbows, and here's a rainbow. It's beautiful too. But anyway, let's read it. Let's see if I can do this, and I'm not gonna rush, because then it just tell me slow down and don't rush. So I'm not gonna rush the video. I'm gonna let whatever comes out. Wow, card 28 and 29 came out together, back to back. Okay, this is cool. So the pink rose of Lady Nada. Let's see if this last message that that fell out resonates. I love when I do this because it is resonating. All right. You are in the midst of a heart healing. That I know. My heart is everything to me. She's so guarded and so protected. And she's protective over me, and I'm protective over her. I give it to her, my heart. But I'm healing her, working through healing her, and she's working through healing me, and just trying to stay open, trying to keep my heart open, always. You are in the midst of a heart healing, a healing of the fears and anxieties that have held you back from enjoying your full magnificent. Are you onto something? Let's keep going. Lady Nada is here with all her gentle power, washing you in a soft pink light. All anger, fear, sadness, bitterness, disappointment, and hurt are soothed and loved into peace. She brings you a sign of your future blossoming into deeper love. I'm all about love, guys. All I talk about is love. I think about love, and not just romantic love, but just love in the sense of like loving myself. Like, I'm on a self-love journey. I didn't say that in the beginning, but I am. I've been on this journey, I'll say, for about 3 to 4 years now. Something started, just clicked in, something like really locked in with me, where I realized that I was absolutely betraying myself. I was just being real free with my energy and my love, because I'm a lover, and it's just not in a romantic sense, but even with friends and family. But this journey has really, the self-love journey has been involved around romantic partnerships. I can't even lie and say that it hasn't been. It's been my biggest teacher. My relationships have been the biggest and hardest lessons that I've ever had to endure. But that's cool, because they're also like the best teachers. If you ever really learn to level up, like one of my mentors said, you level up through going through relationships. If you really want to ascend and get these downloads and these messages, you will level up. You want to connect to yourself. You want to step into your God self and start receiving all of what your heart desires. Not taking anything personally in relationships, because we're just doing what we're here to do as humans. We're relating. That's what we're up to. That's what we're supposed to be up to. And understanding that we all chose this life and are receiving the lessons that we wanted our souls to experience so that we can ascend closer to God. Then you check the relationships that seem to have broken your heart, as to love and hold no hard feelings to the person who you say broke your heart. No one can break you. Nothing can break you. Nothing can break you but you. And you consented in the relationship, so let's stop giving other people our power by saying what someone made us do in this relationship, or they did this to me. You were simply experiencing a relationship in the ways that you wanted to, for the lessons that your soul wanted to learn, and give love to those people. Give them grace, and keep moving along the journey, and wish the same for them, that they give you the love and the grace you need, and to just keep going. And this is me at a more self-aware state. 5 years ago, I'll say, I was always very compassionate. I can't even say I've always been a sweetheart, but I also was like an overgiver. I'm a undercover, recovering over lover. Is that what Erykah Badu says? Something like that. But I'm a recovering over lover. I'm an overgiver. I love hard. So I take matters of the heart quite seriously, and that's why I'm like, I don't really be trying to give out my love like that, sharing it in ways where it's not being received. So right now I'm in the phase of just loving myself, giving all of that to me, and not saying that I don't want to experience any more romantic relationships. I absolutely do. I'm staying, optimistic about my love life. That's all I'll say. And just seeing where that leads me. But anywho, I am working on my heart. And I love that I'm doing this for myself, because I saw where I wasn't, where I was so concerned about others' hearts and healing and helping them and being a teacher and guiding them, and in a relationship where I can't change anyone, make anyone see, understand, or feel what it is that I feel and can see because of my gifting. So now I'm giving to myself, because I no longer want to betray myself. I no longer not want to be my own best friend. Like, I love being my friend. I love it in this space of getting to know me, operating in my truth based on my own truth, because I'm pouring into me. I'm making sure that I'm doing what I love, feeling what I want to feel, doing what I want to do. And that's how you start to really remember who you are. But being unapologetic about all parts of you, like the good, the bad, the ugly, the hurtful, whatever that is, whatever that darkness, whatever that light is, you're embracing it all, you're accepting it all, and you're just being that, because that's what you're supposed to do. No more diminishing, no more holding back, no parts. Whatever shows up is what's meant to show up, and be unapologetic. You can be self-aware of how you make people feel, but it's not up to you to how they actually feel. That's not in your control. That's for them to work out. And it's not a bad thing. That's what we're up to. We're supposed to be relating and doing that. I'm supposed to be me, make you feel something. So if it's good or bad, usually if it's something that triggers you in a way, you go check in and you go work on that, because that got something to do with you, not me. Got me? Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. Wow, this is really trying to go there. All right. This pink roll of Lady Nada is a spiritual gift from higher guidance. It brings love, healing, strength, and compassion to your heart. You may be burnt out or feeling anger, fear, depression, chronic fatigue, or compromised wellness. Perhaps your heart is so tired that you struggle with compassion fatigue. Oh, I know what compassion fatigue is. I studied that recently. So funny that it's popping up in this message. Finding it difficult to care even though your nature is one of deep compassion and kindness. Didn't I just say that? I just said that. I do find it difficult to care, because I'm kind of in that space of like, it is what it is. Like, so much I care about, but so much I don't. And I want to, but I just don't. And I'm accepting and embracing that part, because that's what that message just said. Embrace that you, where you are for the time. Honor where you are for the time. So I'm honoring that I just don't care about a lot of other things right now, more than I care about my spiritual well-being and my connection to the divine, and being who I need to be for me. And in turn, just vibrating out a higher frequency so that others may step into that. And that's it. Like, that's it. That's what I care about. Or perhaps you have put your heart and soul into something or someone, and you feel your efforts have been cast aside or taken for granted. Perhaps you are processing a great loss. Whatever the reason, Lady Nada has come to comfort your soul. Your pain will pass and your suffering will be alleviated sooner and more gently than you might expect. The pink rose of Lady Nada unfolds as an energetic gift, gently pulsing with love and beauty within your heart chakra. It brings you comfort, gentle emanations of divine love and reassurance that you are so wonderful just as you are. Lady Nada is saying, how much I like you, dearest child of light. How deeply I love you. I send love and acceptance to you now so that you may come to love and like yourself with all the compassion, kindness, and unconditionality I feel for you. Yeah, that's beautiful. If there's anything or anyone you need to forgive, this gift from Lady Nada, I was just saying that kind of in a sense, will empower you to do so. Your ability to forgive won't make you a doormat for others. It will free you to leave the past behind. So let other people's choices be about their learning rather than your value, and choose to love yourself now. I love that. If you are at a troublesome point in your life, remember that despite the thorns, the rose has an exquisite perfume. It is a powerful and wise soul that chooses a path that has truly challenging moments. I said that too. But out of those challenges, great empowerment can be developed. Do not despair if you seem far from the light. You are simply traveling through the darkness for a time. Your inner light is strong enough to see, even in darkness. Even in the darkest times. Still, that time will end soon, and you shall realize exactly how much you have grown through the experience. You will find your way into peace and happiness. Trust in your own light within and the loving kindness of Lady Nada's blessings now. It is enough to lift you into the light of love and peace. Come back to that love, to the pink rose unfolding in your heart whenever you feel lost. Some challenges are meant to help you grow in your ability to love without condition, to surrender to the divine. Even when things don't seem to make sense. You undergo such challenges because you are capable, powerful, and wise. The universe loves you so much. It is guiding you into your most beautiful destiny every day. Release guilt and fear. Know that you are loved always, and always have been, always will be. Guidance is sharing with you now that whatever your struggles may be, they will soon reveal themselves to be nothing more than steps along your path to the sweetest blossoming of your soul. Said that. Be patient. Rest with this rose light in your heart, dear soul, for healing energy is flowing into you now. Trust your heart to overcome any pain. It will indeed heal. Open up and love even more powerfully than before. Such is the courage of your heart. I love these messages. So beautiful. I love these colors, the purples, the golds, the white. They're so beautiful. Yeah. These resonated. These messages resonated. These are the 3 cards I pulled for myself. This is my journey of loving myself. So, if what I shared in this resonates, good. I like to know that my messages are actually connecting with other people. I'm here to relate. I'm here to help others heal. And I'm no longer afraid to say that. I am a healer. Earth angel. And I love y'all. I love sharing with the world. I have so much grace and so much compassion. It feels good to be in a space where I don't feel any jealousy or envy towards anybody, but I just want them to see themselves and love themselves and be themselves and show up in the world and made that ripple out into the world and just keep translating where everybody is just vibrating at their highest frequency. Hopefully in my lifetime, maybe not in this lifetime, but we're working towards it. We're getting there. We can see it, feel it, we knowing it. And yeah, I've been receiving a lot of downloads, very vivid dreams lately, a lot of stuff coming online for me. And I've been needing more rest. And I've been very hard on myself for needing sleep, feeling like there's stuff that I'm just wasting time to do. And I don't know what the sense of urgency is. Why do I feel like I need to rush to get to where I need to be? And I think it's just the programming. I think it's just that energy falling away and something new coming about. And me learning to accept that, me learning to get used to this new shift and this new way of being. So, yeah, I just challenge everyone to truly honor where they are on their journeys. If you're not on a spiritual journey, apparently, if I ever post this video, if it shows up and it's something that you resonate with, then you are. And feel free to explore that. Whatever questions you have, write them down and sit still in solitude, meditate with it, or just sit quiet. Because I think just sit still and listen. Isn't that what is said in the Bible? Be still. Peace, be still. Be still and know. A lot of times the answers come to us when we're just still and we let our minds quiet and our thoughts just kind of quiet themselves, and then we hear. And I know that to be true for sure. That's why I said meditation is my favorite thing. On top of a lot of other things, but that's how I know I tap into spirit, and I love feeling this, and always knowing that I'm connected to a higher power, the Most High, source consciousness, and knowing that I'm connected to each and every person on the planet. And I got my own individual spark, and I love individuating and being me and existing as me, not trying to be anybody else or be anything that I'm not, just simply showing up as who I am and embracing that and understanding that I am not alone. I used to feel so alone in the world. How am I going to do this big mission? I have no clue. And as I start taking steps to loving myself and honoring my truth, everything started to unfold for me. I started to see exactly who I am. I started to know exactly what I'm up to. And I started to not be afraid to be exactly what I'm supposed to be. Not everyone, is supposed to do what I do in the ways that I do it. There are millions of healers. There are millions of people who are a lot like each and every one of us, but we are still unique. There's a signature of energy that is within each and every one of us that is just a unique spark of the divine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine bright. And I'm going to do that by staying self-aware, healing myself, honoring my truth, and existing in my truth, and being that at every single moment, so that I am never off beat to the rhythm that is of me. Because you get off beat trying to do what other people are doing. You're not even dancing to your own rhythm. Your music sounds jacked up because you're trying to dance and do something somebody else is doing. Their gift is for them. Step into being who you are by being you. Stop looking everywhere else. Not meant like that. I always say, misalignment in the perfect timing can lead to missed opportunities due to misguidance. Like I tell people, the universe is trying to give you everything you want. Like Cupid shooting out the arrows straight to your heart to give you exactly what you want. But you keep misaligning yourself because you over here looking and taking a step too far to the right, too far to the left. When all you need to do is just be focused on you. Whatever your path is in front of you. It's not to the side of you. So stop looking at everybody else's lane and stay in yours. Stop looking at everybody else's energy and stay in yours. You can't be me. I can't be you. So don't try to do me. I'm not going to ever try to do you. And embrace that. But that's all I got to say. I hope this resonated. I don't know what I'm about to do with this, but I do know that I'm about to take my butt to bed. But thank you. At Mimeki on Instagram. At Mimeki on Twitter. And my love is the drip on TikTok. My new TikTok. Oh my gosh, I got a TikTok. But I got a TikTok just so I can kind of be brief. I'm learning how to step out of my comfort zone and do what spirit is calling me to do, which is open your mouth, girl. Speak up. They need to hear you. And I got things to say, but I usually, like I said, I speak when I'm spoken to. I speak when I'm spoken through. So everything will be channeled, and it won't be ego-driven. I'm not trying to stay in a place of being humble, because I am not humble. If you look at the definition of humble, which I did one of my friends, it means something that just doesn't resonate with me. I'm a high vibrational being. So being humble is just not something that I'm interested in. I have no desire to be humble. Humble beginnings. That's something that the Matrix is like a programming they put on you to be humble. I'm not that, though. All right, that's my 2 cents, and I'm out of here. Love is the drip, always.